What? You just do it no
Can't
style?
see.
Fine.
No, I like it with style.
That's way less fun.
Thanks, Megan. You.
Babe, do you always wear shitty clothes? So you're like,
That's disgusting. You should probably wash those. You make me happy.
you
It
never.
would be great, Michael, if you actually spoke it into the microphone this time around.
You're speaking directly into the microphone.
Okay, Megan.
It's less fun when he does that. It's less fun when he. Oh. Thanks.
Don't deep throat the microphone.
Sorry, was I close enough to the microphone? Fuck.
I gotta make sure I use the right one next time. Now that you fucked that one with your mouth,
You planning on doing it next time?
I put a sticker on mine.
That's fine. I'll just switch stickers.
You're such a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Why does this microphone smell like shit?
Stop making. Stop. Get him out of your system.
No, I can't.
We got superhero cups going today. So like Peter Griffin when he was a stay-at-home mom drinking his tea,
Oh, wow.
bundled up in his sweater. Yeah, 100%.
He's a nice guy.
He's one of my favorite people, and he's not even real.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know that.
I'm not sure which part of those things I don't know because they're both pretty clear.
He could be real.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely someone out there named Peter Griffin, but the one that I'm specifically talking about is a fictional character.
Oh, wow. If you don't name your kid Peter Griffin Harvey. Peter Harvey. Pete Harv. And they'd be like,
Just
oh.
short form, both of them.
Yeah.
Pete Griff Harv. All right.
Nice.
Hmm.
Alright. So I got distracted. What were we talking about?
That's quite common for both of us. I guess we're talking about distractions.
All right, fair enough.
Family Guy's a distraction.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of like a background distraction these days. You've seen it all like 14 times.
I really, really like it. It's my favorite show.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super childish, but I love Family Guy. I don't even care. It's my favorite thing. But I mean, the thing is, I don't spend a lot of time. I don't watch TV anymore. Like, I should say that, like, I'll watch a big sporting event or I'll watch like something that's crazy going on. You know what I mean? But I have trouble committing to a movie. Like, I keep so busy and my schedule's so tight that I've gotten into a pattern where I feel like I'm distracted
Yeah.
by anything. I almost call, like, say it's frivolous, even though that might be a little bit steep, but it's like anything that's like entertaining but adds no value to what I'm trying to do. It's just a fucking distraction. So I mean, yeah, I'll catch like a half hour of Family Guy before bed just to wind down, but like that's it.
Sometimes you're so mentally drained, you're just like, you need to watch a movie or something. It's like, but isn't that funny you say that? Like, you can't commit to a movie. You're like, fuck. I just thought about this the other day. I bought a car on a whim. I was like, whoa, yeah, a car. Fuck it. 7 years of my life. I'm trying to find a
bad
movie.
marriage.
I'm trying to find a movie. I'm trying to find a movie to watch. I'm just like, it took me longer to find a movie to watch than to buy a car.
Yeah, so
I was like, this is a commitment. I don't know if I can watch Tobey Maguire for 2.5 hours.
I can't watch Tobey Maguire for any time at all. In fairness,
That was 3 minutes too long.
yeah, he's just my least. I just find him to be so off-putting.
This
like-
we started attacking
He's
Tobey Maguire.
Look, it's nothing
listen.
personal because I don't know the guy, but he's like, you can't be Spider-Man if you're like kind of super meek. It just seems weird.
Peter Parker was supposed to be a little bit of a bitch. Before
I didn't write the story, so maybe I don't understand it, but apparently I don't like it.
That is the case. Yeah.
Did he also play a jockey one time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was the horse in Seabiscuit.
Distractions.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. You know what? There's a lot of other things though that get in your way when you're trying to get ahead, and I think TV's one. One of the things I noticed, sorry to go off track a little bit, is people fill their time. People always think they're busy, you know, and some people like Elon Musk we talked about last time does his day in 5-minute increments and has 10 companies and changes the world. Other people spend 5 hours a day watching TV using that distraction, but thinking, oh, well, I'm busy. It's like you are, but you filled your time with shit. You filled it with distractions. You know, it's like it's the same thing as going out drinking and partying and stuff like that. Like drinking and partying is good. It's good to socialize. It's like when you socialize a dog. If you don't, they get fucking cranky and weird. Totally get it. You should socialize yourself, but you shouldn't have to go get banged up and be a fucking mess.
But that's what we do.
It's what you do. Well,
Oh wow. No, I'm too good. I don't do that. Yeah, you fucking totally.
I've been so for a lot of years. Don't get me wrong. Distractions for a lot of years.
You are the okay. If you guys ask anybody, that you partied with. Be like, oh, that's the guy. You have like the third beer, you're like down the rabbit hole. No one knows where the fuck you are.
Everybody does that. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm any better,
No.
but
You're also younger. You should be a little more of a loose cannon.
yeah,
Distractions, I feel like, if you look at it as you get older, it's like distractions fill up like 80% of your life when you're in your early mid-20s.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to my age, it should be the opposite. It should be 20% at most, if anything.
it's not the case.
No, it's not the case for a lot of people. I mean, what's it Eleanor
My f-
Roosevelt said?
What?
Well,
Who?
who?
Eleanor Roosevelt. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought-
Sorry, did I just go?
No. It was right there. It wasn't over. I just didn't hear you.
Ah.
Yeah. So say something about felt. Anyway.
Uh.
Wait, sorry. Actually, so Eleanor Roosevelt said,
She said something about the way that, like, sort of. I don't think she said dumb, but she said kind of like. Stupid people talk about people. Average people talk about events. Intelligent people talk about ideas. I don't think it was stupid. I just can't exactly remember what the quote was. Now I'm the stupid one. But the thing for
that
me,
backfired quick.
the thing that I find a little bit, what I like about it though is that it places you in what you're doing with your time and your mind. If you're in that space where you're just talking about people or just talking about events and just doing those things, it's not that you are average. It's just that you're living that sort of life. When you want to move up and do more with your life, you have to get rid of a lot of the distractions, which are talking about people, talking about events, and more about ideas and how you're going to get ahead and how you're going to do something with your life.
Yeah.
That's all. I think that was her point, and it's sort of what I was getting at. I just went the wrong way. I went to the back door.
Oh yeah, in there. Mouth first. Gross. It looks like you went the back door mouth first. Coffee
I'm
spewed
just
out.
wearing my coffee. Fuck.
Oh, that's gross. Oh, yeah.
Oh man, it's like all over me. It's so bad.
You're welcome.
Dick is warm.
Oh, it's got really weird.
Oh my god, that was so perfect. You're a distraction. Your fucking whole life is a distraction.
Yeah. No, it's hard to get things done around me. I was talking from my point of view.
Oh, much better.
But no, like, yeah, partying. Oh, man. Like, it's like, it ruins you for a couple days. And, I mean, I used to go out every day. I used to live in the heart of, like, Port Credit, little city inside a little suburb. I guess. What is it?
Yeah, it's like
it's city
kind
inside of a city.
It's kind of like a town inside of a city sort of thing.
Yeah, it's just all, like, this strip of bars, like 12 bars in the strip. And I just lived stone through me.
Yeah.
And I would just be banged up every day. It's hard to get things done. You can't do anything.
Well, I think one of the big problems is that people don't realize distractions are distractions because it's how they fill their time. And I guess it's like, how do you quantify a distraction?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, because everybody thinks, and I can totally respect it, that what they're doing with their life is important. Whether they're changing the tire, or whether they're worrying about their ex-girlfriend, or whether they're Elon Musk, whether they're anybody, they feel that there's some value to what they're doing. So a lot of times people don't want to say, oh, this is just a distraction. And I think if you look at what you're trying to accomplish, and whatever it is you're doing isn't helping you get there, then it's a distraction, quite simply.
That's fair.
This is a distraction. We're literally talking about distractions, and we are a distraction.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. It's a good distraction.
Yeah, fair enough. I think the challenge becomes stuff like, you know, if you're consuming good knowledge, if you're watching, say, a Joe Rogan podcast, or
That is better quality podcast.
100% is exactly where you should be spending your time. I would leave
Wow.
right now.
What are you guys doing? Get out of here.
And then there's also stuff like Gary Vee, but it depends how you want to be motivated and stuff. But
That guy is aggressively awesome. He's
I love
good,
him.
but he's like, sometimes you're like, what the fuck did he just say?
he the other day when he talked about yelling at an 87-year-old man that he was finished and he didn't mean the game, I was like, okay, that's maybe aggressive. Then hip checking a 9-year-old, I'm like, maybe you need a. But like, I love the guy, but yeah,
He
he's
said he preferred, what did he say? He preferred Adolf Hitler over
Tom Brady?
I was like, the
that is
fuck?
bold. I
It's like, yeah, bring on the Holocaust, but that guy's got to leave football. What the fuck?
Tom Brady is not only excellent,
Yeah.
he's very good looking.
Yeah.
Too is like, what do you?
Yeah, like, I mean, his attitude might
He's
not
the
be
GOAT.
the greatest, but he's also...
No, he's actually a good dude. He's the GOAT too. He's the greatest guy. You know what he does? Talk about distractions. Tom Brady. Tom Brady has a rule when he drinks. I don't know how true it is, but you know how things surface. That every drink he has, he drinks 3 pint glasses of water. So you'll never see the guy drunk, never acting like a fucking asshole. He's always just He's so dialed. He's like that. Same thing as in fairness, Gary Vee I find to be just as dialed as Elon Musk, is just as dialed as Tom Brady. They're doing almost as good as they can do at what they do. They just do different things.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I understand his focus is there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine drinking a 12-pack. Fuck. That'd be nuts. Get 36 glasses of water. Fuck. That's not cool.
No,
But
You're
yeah.
so sick.
But I mean, it's like, yeah, I like his approach, but sometimes it's not good to be like just hate on other people. I don't know. There's no point to it,
No, I
especially
couldn't,
when
I
he's
couldn't
so
agree more.
awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. Like, if he's a little bit of a shithead,
Well,
he
you
is
know
a
what,
bit of a shithead.
you know what
but
it is.
not really.
He's very much himself. He carries himself, in his own way all the time. And I know I can relate. I do it very much the same, but I'm not the same way.
Yeah.
The other thing is he's got such a diehard. You have to think with Gary Vee. He's got such a diehard, aggressive move towards buying the Jets long term
Yeah.
that he almost has to over associate with it. It has to be his one big distraction. It has to be those
It is.
Jets. It really is.
Every time you
but
watch
it's his
them.
driver, right? Like
Yeah.
it's his chip on the shoulder. So if he doesn't associate with having some sort of negativity towards everyone else around it, and that's just his little pot of gold, then I don't know that he'd be driven the same way. So I think some of it's just his own. It's his own way of keeping himself motivated.
I know where it's coming from. It's just a little bit aggressive.
It is. It is.
Little bit. I'm getting gassy. Just out my mouth. I had an espresso this morning and now a coffee, and I'm feeling like I'm about to fucking.
You know what? Actually, I cut down to one coffee a day right now because as soon as I went on like an intermittent keto diet, I started drinking 2-3 cups a day, and I feel like I'm gonna freak out, jump out of my skin, and kill somebody.
Yeah, I've been there. That's really fucked up.
That's how it goes. But anyway, I think one of the things that I'm noticing for me lately is that I busied my time so much with projects that I almost don't even have enough time for distractions right now, which I can appreciate. But that said, I guess it's it's a tough word because, I'm looking at doing another book and I'm looking at, the media companies and everything else, but I've still also got these restaurants I got to run. So where do you define, where's the distract, like what gets all your time and energy? People say follow the money, follow passion, follow this, follow that. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm obviously not going to veer away from restaurants. Right now, that's my bread and butter. But if I
that's
take
your
time,
money. The thing is,
Yeah.
the more money you have, the easier it is for you to hire other people to take care of your other shit and focus on new things.
I couldn't agree more. So there's this formula to it, right? So focus on that.
It's hard though, because when you have shit on your mind, you want to get down on paper.
Right.
And it's a distraction, but you have to put it down. If you don't,
It's gone.
then you're fucked.
I agree. No, I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
But I think the thing with this is the other day where I was talking to you about that book, and you're like, oh, just get it done in 2-3 weeks. I'm like, I can't. I'm opening a restaurant in 2-3 weeks. You're like, oh yeah.
I completely forgot.
Well, you're the one building it, so it's one of those things
know.
too, where it's like, even there are good distractions, things that are good for you that still distract you from your goal. And I think I don't know. I mean, I'm wondering. I think the people that are more driven towards a unified purpose have a lot less getting in their way. Those kids that end up like LeBron James. Like, fuck, he was unified in his purpose. One thing only, distractions non-existent. At this point in time, you can lay back and kind of fuck around. Fair enough. But growing up, that was it. That was life.
Good feeling. You know what? It'd be good to get there. Get your goals done so you actually feel like you have a justified reason to go have distractions.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a balance to it, right? I mean, you get these kids when they're young that are popular in high school, and they rage and party and do a bunch of dumb shit, but they don't stay. You're like, I can relate, he says. But they don't. Their life is a distraction. They don't focus on school. They don't focus on what they love to do for work. They don't focus on getting ahead. Then you get the other side of the spectrum of people that are a little. I mean, I'll say nerdier for lack of a better term, but there's no negative or positive connotation
Just
either way.
less social.
Either way. My point just being that they spend a lot more time on things they were great at, things they enjoyed. Let's just say they're more introverted, perhaps. They enjoyed, like, whether it's like I got buddies that can build computers from when they were kids. You know what I mean? And these people, they got ahead young and did well for themselves. But I see some of them now in their early 30s, and holy shit, are they distracted. Like, they didn't get the partying out of their system. When you were like 32 and you all of a sudden have a couple $1 million and you're like, wow, that's cocaine? Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Not a good distraction at that point.
Where did my money go?
Yeah.
It happens quick.
I think I'm a DJ. I got to be honest with you. You may have the equipment, but you're DJing to yourself in your sweet-ass apartment, and you got to chill the fuck out now.
I want to meet this guy.
I think that people should work towards removing some distractions from their lives and switching things around and prioritizing and making time. It's like we had a chat about it last time with fitness and stuff, and it's like, well, if it's 5% of your day, let's just say an hour. Take an hour of distraction. Be be honest and consciously aware of what is distracting and start removing those things from your life and make time for things that are more progressive. I do think that you need time. I think people are wired differently. I think some of us, like me, I like what I do. I enjoy it. Just get distracted by your microphone cord.
He said we were wired differently. So I was like, pretty similar.
I think that people are wired differently. Some people are the happiest in life when they work 9 to 5, have their weekends off, extra time on the holidays, spend time with their family. That's their perfect life. But there's
Something
other people,
simple to work towards.
But some people want more, and if you want more, you got to find out what the distractions are, start removing those to get yourself to your happy place, whatever that is. You know? Even the thing is, there's even things going to the gym's great, but not going for 3 hours. What are you doing?
Ugh. No, I'd be fucking dead.
For me, I find what works is know where you're going, reverse engineer. So understand what your end goal is. And then when you understand that, you can look backwards and go, is what I'm doing in line with helping me reach my goals? And if it's not, it's simply a distraction. And don't get me wrong, maybe you need a day or two a week where you go get distracted and have fun and recharge. I get it. But those are distractions, and as long as you're aware of them, and if you need to sacrifice them to get ahead, sacrifice them.
I'd love to get distracted. Yeah, it's fun. What? No. You're saying, like, just go have fun and go do stuff. It's fun. Sometimes you just need, like,
Decompress.
let's go get distracted. Yeah, there's not enough time in the day when you're actually focused. And then I'll find myself getting distracted just staring at a wall for 5 minutes. Like, what?
You got distracted staring into your washroom yesterday on Snapchat for 30 seconds.
I was like, what? Yeah, yeah, Lena Snapchatted me. I was like, just leaving to come meet you, actually. And just staring into the washroom.
It's like you're
sometimes,
possessed.
yeah, well, especially when you're tired. When you're tired, too. You get, like, it's hard to just, sometimes you just need to go give your mind a rest, too. Like,
I agree.
just go watch a show. Or just go, I don't know, to the gym, or just go to the batting cages, or just, just go do something to get your mind off of all the work you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's
good distractions as well as bad ones. I
Yeah.
think.
Definitely. I agree. I think, like I said, if you're out there having fun, doing something you love, anytime you're doing something you love, even though it may be a distraction, it's a good thing. Well, in most cases, you have some odd behaviors that I'm not going to bring up right now that may not be good for people, but for the most part, if you have everyone else's best interest in mind and you enjoy doing something, it's a good distraction. And I think you need them. I think the problem with people is balance. When you're young, your life's a distraction. And when you get old, I think it happens the same way. But in the middle, when you want to really get a long way ahead and do a lot with your life, you really got to go the other way. You really got to remove a lot of distractions because, like you said, there are only so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
And like you said, a lot of times when I'm really moving at 100 miles an hour, 24 hours is not enough. Like, I'm getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and I'm a piece of shit when I get that much sleep.
I think it's a good idea, though, to, like, have the 5-minute increments. Like, not maybe not that intense, but if you're organized, it's hard to mess up.
That's a really good point.
I feel like sometimes I have good intentions about getting work done, but then I get, like, almost sidetracked about what I'm going to do, and I waste time just trying to decide what I'm going to work on. And then you're like, oh, I half-assed worked on 2 projects, so I got really nothing done today. Yeah. And so sometimes you just need to put everything else aside you want to work on, focus on one thing, and then put that actual 2 hours instead of an hour on each, because I feel like the first hour sometimes you're just getting into the project or just, you know what I mean? Just
Megan's a perfect example of that.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
She needs to have a schedule. Like, I'm very organized. I'm very, like, everything for me in my mind is like numbers and lines and everything makes sense, and I'm like a coordinated. Meg's like divergent, like she just pulls shit out of a tree. She's like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and she's good at what she does, but she'll be the first one to tell you like, oh fuck, I'll just I'll give her 3-4 things to do, and she'll get something else completely different done. Like, oh, I learned to use this today. Sweet. So where's all this other stuff? And it's good, but it's just sometimes, like you said, you got to know what kind of thinker you are and how you operate. But if you do put something in place to say, here's how I'm going to stay scheduled to get ahead, you stick to it, or you're accountable to it. You understand. I often say, like, you can't, and a lot of other people say this too, if you can't quantify it or measure it, don't do it. because how can you improve on it, right? Yeah. So if you go, okay, I work for 12 hours a day, let's say you do that, and you go, okay, you track what you were planning to do.
Yeah.
for those 12 hours. Then track what you actually did. You're like, fuck, I wasted 6 hours. Then you can start squeezing.
I feel like that's subjective though, because people with like arts and stuff like that, sometimes putting something that you can't really see, putting more time towards it makes you better at it, but you can't really see it.
No,
sometimes.
that I agree with. If you're honing a skill, you're good. Like
That's different,
that's
yeah?
no, but I mean, if you sit there on Instagram, you're like, oh yeah. If you go back and be like, look how many
God.
photos I liked today, you're like, oh son of a bitch, I was on there
Yo,
for 2 hours.
distraction number one.
Social
Yeah.
media.
Do you know how many times my legs have fallen asleep and I'm not even pooping?
Oh yeah,
I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm like,
I hate that.
I've been here for an hour and a half.
I'm so mad that I can relate to that right now.
oh man, like,
oh, the blood. What's happening?
yeah, like you go, you went like I've seen this picture 4 times today. Okay,
Whoa. Like, someone needs a breather.
that's not okay.
Yeah, the Instagram effect, dude. It's crazy. That's a huge waste of time. A lot of it. A lot of social media, like you said, it's
but then
like
it's like everyone promotes herself on Instagram, so it's a nice place to go and see what's going on and see and kind of interact.
of course.
But it's kind of like it's how we promote, and it's like how everyone else does. But then it's like, don't spend your time on there. But it's like, fuck. But then it's distracting because it's immediately that's where I go. Sometimes I won't even know I have my phone.
But
on,
the thing
like,
is that, you know, here's a point though. Like you look at Instagram and go,
Yeah.
okay, don't spend your time on there. What about influence marketers who spend all their time on there because that's how they make a living. That's how they make their money. So it's not a distraction for them. It's a business tool. Same way we use it. It's like you have to be honest with yourself in your own mind and going, okay, I'm wasting time or I'm using this valuably. There are a lot of valuable. I mean, like these companies, these social media companies are the biggest in the world now. Facebook's like one of the biggest companies, if not the biggest company in the fucking world. And he is buying up more stuff faster. He knows his shit. Zuckerberg is an ace CEO at this point. These tools are some of the best tools for businesses. It's underpriced attention, and it's a great way to promote a business. So you're not using it as a distraction. But if you sit on there all day and just kind of mull through it and do nothing, is it a distraction? And you got to be able to define the two.
this guy.
Yeah, exactly. So
Swipe, double tap, swipe, double tap, double tap. Double tap. There's just too much. There's just too much to look at.
yeah, well, the world. Well, yeah, there's the whole Jen Selter in the butt phenomenon, which I love.
Oh, you know what? That's funny. Like, yeah, I have lots of girls in bikinis, but like mainly guys just working out. I'm like, motivation. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm more of the girls in bikinis.
I mean, I'm there too, but like sometimes I just like to see a dude fucking lift up like 6 plates. You're like, holy
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
Now I want to go to the gym.
And another good point too is how do you distinguish, like, if you're like, oh, you know, you look at your life and where you're at and you want to make personal improvements and you see someone else improving and you're like, oh, I'm kind of wasting time. Then you see someone that looks jacked and you're kind of like, I'm going to go do something. It motivates you at the same time.
Yeah,
This whole social media thing is quite a conundrum.
I like it though.
I like it though.
It's a good time.
It's real nice.
Yeah, you get distracted with different things, but like the gym's a good distraction as well. It's good for my head.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it's good
If
for your
not,
hormones.
I go fucking crazy.
You're crazy anyway.
No, but like
100%.
absolutely. But I'm trying to say I'm crazier.
I
I get like I get
stage 5.
Yeah, I get like
That shit.
thoughts of like I'm just gonna move away. You know,
I was just gonna
just gonna
leave.
move away. I'm just gonna buy a fruit cart, Bangladesh. Just
Nice.
doing it. I'm just gonna get a monkey and give him a little hat. Basically gonna be Aladdin, but in a different place.
Sweet.
I'm cool with it.
You're kind of a good gig.
Yeah. I don't know where I just went, but that's kind of like my
if you
mind.
find a magic carpet and a genie, shit gets real.
then I've moved on to like some weird drugs.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Hey, John, I just want to check up with you. Yeah, I found that floating carpet, and yeah,
I think I'm flying over your house right now.
yeah, I'll see you in a minute.
What?
Where are we? I got distracted.
we legit just got distracted.
Way off to do.
Yeah, Noich.
Yeah, and then we get other distractions like, oh, okay, so I mean, we're doing a. I like saying things on here because I'm held accountable. Now I'm a trap star that has to sing about nuts.
Von Trapstar.
Yeah, Von Trapstar. So, but we're doing this. It's gonna be another distraction. Maybe a couple days. We're doing this cheat day. It's epic cheat day. There's 5 of us, and we're gonna see who can out eat each other. And I'm thinking I'm gonna hit 20,000 calories.
I will hit 20,000 if I do it.
I'll hit 21,000 calories.
I'll hit 22,000 if I do it.
I will hit 22,001 calorie. 1 calorie, eat a mosquito.
Yeah, it's actually in.
MyFitnessPal.
That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah. One time I ate a mosquito by accident. But I didn't want to go over my calories, so I put it in there.
Smart.
Yeah.
I think one of the big things with distractions, given that we're sitting here distracting one another, The challenge really that I think we've landed on is it's hard to sort of quantify what a distraction is, because you can get value out of the same thing and it can also be a distraction. You can get value out of TV and documentaries. It can also be a distraction. So I think the important thing to do is understand what you're trying to get out of yourself and your life and your goals. Make those, like you said, schedule things in and execute that list. And anything outside of that, if you've got nothing else you want to do, then you should fall into the distraction mode and not feel bad about it. Like you're not wasting your time. You've done everything you need to do. And as you do more and more and more, you may fill that extra time that you feel is distracted with more projects like I do. But at the same time, if you don't and you are getting those things done, then I would say you're in a healthy position with your distractions. I would say you're in a good spot.
I feel like I want better distractions though. Like I want to move up. And like the tiers of distractions. I don't want like, oh, Netflix. I want to be like, oh, I want to go travel because I have time and money to go travel now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like instead of wasting my time doing nothing now, I'd rather not waste my time, but like get distracted doing something crazier in like 10 years from now.
Yeah, I think
just work hard.
It often coincides with your means for sure. Which you and I have no means. And then the other thing is accepting donations now.
Or just loaves of bread.
Yeah, food is fine.
Socks.
Food. Sauce is food.
I said socks.
Okay.
I am not eating socks.
Do not eat
Michael, don't eat the socks. All right.
Fuck! I just got distracted.
What?
So one of the things is, I think you do get to move up in your distractions. Like for me, like I'll watch Joe Rogan, I'll watch Gary Vee, I'll work on this project or that project. Like my distractions are usually things that I'm going to do later, or I'm learning or teaching myself or honing my skills and craft. So those distractions, I find, even though they aren't completely on track, they're good things. But that may be a big step people should look at taking is how do you spend your extra time? Do you take it learning an instrument, or do you take it learning how to, like, building a new skill or something, or do you just kind of waste it vegging on the couch, eating chips, watching Family Guy?
Yeah, I mean I like option 3. I feel like you have to like find distractions that are like that come second, like to your goals. Obviously, like you said, like there's lots you can do. Like at the end of the day, like if you're tired, if you're mentally drained, like go get distracted, go watch some TV.
Yeah,
don't feel bad about it, or like go on your phone, go have fun, like. You know what I mean? Go out and have a drink. Like if something eases your mind, honestly, it makes you more productive the next day.
I agree.
Or short after. Like if you need like a midday break, go get distracted. Go, you know what I mean? Like go take an hour to just chill out. I mean, again, it's only 5% of your day. Go. You know what I mean? Give your mind a rest. Like I mean, I know you're physically like you get physically tired, and people feel that. But I mean, your mind also gets like super tired. Sometimes I just sit there and look at a computer like.
You know what? That's a very good point. I'm wondering if there's sort of different layers of distractions. It's almost like a dartboard. Like when you're in the center, you're focused on your goals. Like after this, we're going to go build a restaurant and go buy a bunch of stuff and go work on this thing. You know what I mean? We're going to get it done.
Yeah.
You know? But then there's that next ring, which may be the Joe Rogan, the Gary Vee podcast. It may be reading a book. It may be looking at writing a new book, working on new projects. Then, like you said, you kind of get mentally drained. Then maybe it's the gym on the next ring outside of that, or like going for a walk, taking the dog out. Then the next ring, when you're totally done, is okay. Sit down and watch TV and veg out for a minute.
Maybe we should actually. I don't know if you do this. You probably do. But maybe we should like make a schedule and see what we should work on every day.
I do. Yeah, I'm my days are like every day. So one of the things that I find to be very valuable, which I hope other people will take from this, I schedule my day before I go to bed. Because then when you get up
by the hour,
depending,
or just a list
tasks. But depending on the day, sometimes scheduled tasks, sometimes just tasks. But I usually do them in a chronological order. The importance of this is, when you get up in the morning, often you're sort of discombobulated and you're like, okay, I'll grab a coffee, I'll do this, I'll do that. And then you're like, okay, what do I need to do? But if you go to bed and you already know what you have to do, your mind already starts processing what needs to be done the next day. But when you get up, your feet hit the ground and you're running. You already know all the things you need to do. So you don't sit there kind of go, oh, what about this or what about that? You don't waste time. You're very organized. It's like when you go to the gym, you know what you're going to train. You know the muscle. You're like, I'm going to do chest. Here's my list of exercises. You don't walk in there and just go, what am I going to do today?
I'm going to work on my hip flexors.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that is a very, very valuable thing to start accomplishing and getting your goals and moving ahead. So that is a good way to avoid just unnecessary distractions.
I think, yeah, or at least like for me, I think maybe I should just on my goals, maybe I should just put like edit for an hour, write for an hour, you know, work on socials for like an hour, like just give myself a certain amount of time every day.
Broad brush for now.
Yeah. Like whenever I can get to it, make sure you put an hour in every day.
I think that's a really good place to start.
Maybe that should work.
That will, and you know why I like that is because you're not being too hard on yourself and too specific, but you're making sure that your focus is in the right area.
Yeah.
And then eventually you go from an hour on social media to Elon Musk 5-minute increments.
Yeah.
And because it's like anything, if you do it too much at once, it's too big of a change for your natural habit, like your habits. And like I said, humans are creatures of habits. So if you allow yourself to slowly build it by introducing this thing piece by piece, step by step, I think you'll be moving in the right direction. For me, I would say if it's a 10-step process, I'm already on step 6. Like I'm super organized, and I don't know anybody that schedules and does their thing quite like me. I know they're out there. I just don't. Obviously,
You don't socialize.
no. Well, not apparently. I just don't know.
Kidding.
I don't know how many people do what I do, but I don't know how many people's schedules are quite as tight. But the thing is, you get to that Elon Musk, you get to the other levels like the Gary V's and the Elon Musks, and they're leaps and bounds ahead of me. But I don't interact with a lot of those people just now. But I know that I got a long way to go still. Coffee's done.
Yeah, I crushed that. I feel tons better. I feel like I could do a cartwheel on top of a mountain.
Nice.
Are we working out today?
I might. I'm gonna work out probably. I don't know if I'll have time because I got to be downtown. I got to be down at Danforth.
We're crushing chest today, bud.
It's back day, and
Fuck! Shit!
Cool. Did I nail it?
I approve this message. All right.
Peace.
Later.